Hi, I'm Morpeth, the Business Director for the Three Rivers Learning Trust.
Tell us just very briefly what the Three Rivers Learning Trust is, what it comprises.
We're a learning trust of 7 schools that are all nationally funded schools that spread between the Morpeth and Rossbury communities.
And at the top end of the tier, there's the King Edward VI schools.
King Edward VI is the high school, and we're an all-through organisation, so students start with us in nursery in some schools and go right through to sixth form.
Now, today at the update of the Morpeth Masterplan, we've seen the school come forward with this new proposal. Can you just tell us in a nutshell what it's all about, what it involves?
Quite excited to look at getting some new sports facilities into the high school, which has had old sports facilities for a number of years now that really are getting to the stage where they're not fit for purpose. So that's the main aim, is to improve the sports facilities at the high school. But we also recognise that for those kind of public investments, we want to get value for money. So that needs to be a community use facility. It needs to be a facility that is available to the rest of the Morpeth community, and it also needs to be complementary to the other sports facilities in Morpeth, so that it sits alongside a leisure centre in the centre of town and developments on the Morpeth Town Football Club, and that those things are all kind of working together as part of one proposal.
Now you're looking both at indoor and outdoor facilities, is that correct?
Yeah, I guess our main priority would be to improve our indoor sports facilities, but because we're building that facility on grass pitches, we'd want to maintain the amount of outdoor sport that's available, so having synthetic pitch available allows us to do that. So it would be part of the same facility.
So what sports would be catered for?
Well, in the typical indoor sports, you'd be looking at badminton, basketball, netball, you'd have indoor cricket nets, and then the outdoor kind of football, those synthetic pitches can also have rugby played on them, and we'd hope to fit hockey in as well. So a really broad range of sports. You'd also...
I would imagine this is going to be quite an expensive project. Have you got any idea of what the overall cost might be?
Well, although we're just talking publicly about this today, we've had conversations with Northumberland County Council, Sport England, the FA, British Hockey, about what that proposal would mean financially and whether they would be in a position to be able to support that. We expect the cost to be a significant figure, but until we've actually got support from a public consultation and that we've looked at the real detail of it, I wouldn't be able to give you
well, we're probably talking a sort of multi-million pound scheme.
Oh, absolutely, it would be a multi-million pound scheme, yeah.
Yes, and I take it this obviously would depend on your getting the necessary financial support from partners.
Absolutely, yeah.
So who are we talking about being involved with?
So that list that I described there is probably the same list that would be financially involved. Northumberland County Council, Active Northumberland, Sport England, Football Foundation, which is part of the FA, British Hockey.
And how difficult is it for budding sportsmen and women at the school now to work with what they've got now?
It is quite tough. We've got some real world-class athletics facilities that went in about 4 or 5 years ago, and we work closely on those facilities with Morpeth Harriers, and they're really successful. We have both elite sport happening there at quite a high level, but then we've got mass participation as well in that they're available to lots of people to take part in who perhaps wouldn't see themselves as ever being interested in elite sport but just want to be part of an athletics club. We'd see the development of sport along the same lines. We already have international rugby players and triathletes, and our students do all sorts of fantastic things with sport already. I think the mass participation would be the real benefit that we'd be looking for, both community and school.
And presumably these star athletes are having to travel at the moment elsewhere to use facilities.
I think, yeah, they have to travel to look at where their coach is based. Their coach generally would be based somewhere where the facilities are, and I think this would open up an opportunity for us to attract more of that kind of facility as well, where you've got the actual skills on site to develop the athletes locally rather than for them having to travel.
And although it's still in sort of early days, have you got a timetable? When would you like to see this come to fruition?
It's difficult to say because there's a consultation to complete, then there's a planning process to go through and the build process. But certainly we'd be disappointed if in 4 or 5 years' time we were still in the same position where we were still looking to develop sports facilities. We would hope to have a completed project by that timescale.
And although the exhibition today has only been open for less than an hour, what's been the initial reaction from people you've spoken to already?
We've had a significant footfall already through the exhibition, and we've had a lot of interest in different aspects of it. The general support around improving facilities for young people has been excellent. We've had support from local residents on Cottonwood Lane who appreciate that a different entrance into school, although not linked to a sports facility, would make their lives much more straightforward than having access to the school along Cottonwood Lane.
So I take it that the access we're talking about would actually be from the north end of the school to the Morpeth Northern Bypass?
That's right, yeah. And I believe planning and funding are in place to provide that route to support the housing estate, and that would need to be in place to make this project work, but I'm not expecting that to be an issue.
And I take it that you're hoping that you'll get a groundswell of support from the people of Morpeth.
That's the plan, but let's see how we'll get on today.